boys, today we're going to be talking about 10 of the cards that I think really shaped the entirety of Madden 24. Now we're going to get it started with some honorable mentions, and these are cards I wanted to talk about what they did, but I think some of the other cards we're going to cover were a little bit more like crazy, right? So Zero Chill Derrick Henry, also Peyton Hillis's cover athlete card, right? I believe these two were the first in the game to get that Angry Runs X Factor, and these cards were pretty overpowered when they dropped. And again, it's all about that Angry Runs, and kind of like that set up for some cards we're going to cover later. And these cards were just basically walk-in touchdowns. This was a time where we didn't have secure tacklers either. These cards were so annoying to deal with. Very, very annoying. And Peyton Hillis was probably the better one because he did get that quick juke animation as well. And another card I wanted to cover that dropped around the same time was Deion Sanders, wide receiver. And the whole reason for this is again, his X Factor. He came pre-equipped with that Yak 'em Up, and I believe he was the first one in the game. It might have been like Dante Hall as well, though, that did get it around the same time, but Yak 'em Up pre-equipped. But yeah, all these X Factors really set up for the end game where people just had built-on X Factors as an ability. And now my final honorable mention right here is Fred Taylor, that dropped, I believe, week 1 or day 1 of Madden 24. And the whole reason this card's here is the fact that he was the first player in the game to get that jukebox ability. This was a problem even day 1. People were running wing slot day 1, and you could see that it would dumb out defenses. That the wing slot stretch red zone offense has been a thing since day 1, and this card was just hell to stop in that offense. Now at number 10 right here, I'm gonna have Dave Robinson. Dave Robinson, and really the season he came out, really changed the game with linebackers, because for a while, like before Dave Robinson, no one cared about linebackers because they couldn't animate as well as safeties. And this card with that 6'3" height, 88 speed, 85 acceleration, this was like pretty crazy at the time as well. He had great man coverage, zone coverage. Now the biggest thing on him though, and the reason why he became runnable, why people use him, right? He was the first player in the game to get that Lurk Artist ability. And this was a crazy expensive card because he also was the limited card as well. People at the time were like, say, lineup glitching 6-1 to get safeties in at linebacker. But shortly after Dave Robinson dropped, really the standard of linebacker was getting Lurk Artist at a bare minimum. Then shortly after, we got Lurk Artist for 0. And then Fred Warner drops, we get Lurk Artist mid-zone for 0. Then we get like Gerard Mayo, Lurk Artist mid-zone, and secure tackler. And I really think Dave Robinson was the start of that and really adding the Lurk Artist ability into the game. And in my opinion, I really think the Lurk Artist ability should just be already on linebackers, especially in the reg setting. Maybe not Lurk Artist, but at least Lurker, man. Just make linebackers jump and not need an ability for it, in my opinion. Now at number 9 right here, we are going to have Paul Krause as well. Paul Krause dropped as a legend. I think it might have been the same drop as Dave Robinson. I might be wrong on this, but 6'3", 88 speed, 87 acceleration. The zone coverage was great. Obviously, the man coverage is terrible, but the whole reason he's here is because this was one of the first cards where if you didn't have him, you were at a major disadvantage from an ability standpoint because he was the first player in the game to get that deep out zone knockout. Now we're pretty accustomed to having everyone on the field with deep out zone or deep zone knockout, right? Another card I thought about having on the list as well was the field pass Darren Woodson with that deep zone knockout, first player in the game to get that. But yeah, I just went Paul Krause with deep out zone KO because he was the first player in the game to get this and really kind of set the stage of needing like zone knockouts literally everywhere. And then after that, we're going to have Kurt Warner. Wasn't too mobile, good throw power, good accuracy at the time. The Gen 2 release is bad. The whole reason this card is here is, I can't lie, it kind of ruined the game. It was the first card that dropped with set feet lead. Obviously, we were going to get a set feet lead quarterback eventually, but set feet lead, every time this drops, I feel like the game just takes like a major nosedive. I kind of do need set feet lead though with all the zone knockouts. I think in a dream world, we would just remove velocity abilities like set feet lead, pass to elite, or make them X Factors, and then take the reaction times out of zone knockouts. That would be like my dream fix. Basically, like everyone would have reinforcement on defense where if you throw right at them, they'll get the knockout, like kind of common sense stuff, right? Don't throw at people, but set feet lead, I hate that this ability is in the game. Kurt Warner was the first player with it and really just set the stage of getting zone knockouts everywhere for your defenders to even have a chance to react. And after that, we're going to have Super Bowl Warren Sapp. Super Bowl Warren Sapp and George Karlaftis, I think, go hand in hand. So you could have either one of them right here. But Warren Sapp with this lighted up token was just ridiculous and so good for so long. So 91 speed, 87 acceleration. The power moves, the finesse moves, the block shed, the impact blocking, still good to this day. Trait wise, has everything you would want on Yes besides strip ball. But the big biggest thing, of course, was the abilities. So we did get a 0 AP secure tackler, 1 AP inside stuff, but the big thing on the card was getting the unstoppable force as a lighted up X factor that started on immediately. Now around this time too, I don't believe we had a bunch of secure pros everywhere. It was him and Karlaftis just insta shedding offensive linemen. Me personally, this is when I like would try to roll out a shotgun because not a lot of people would contain because they wanted their unstoppable forces or Colossus to go crazy. Now a card I'm gonna have right with him was Andrew Whitworth. So Andrew Whitworth became the new standard of offensive lineman, and this was like the first like goated offensive lineman, I would say. And the whole reason for that was not really to do anything with the stat standpoint, but if you had the Super Bowl pass lighted up token, this again kind of made stuff a little bit overpowered because they released bundles to get an additional past and present token. And if you didn't open those, you were at a significant disadvantage from a competitive standpoint. This also kind of shaped like the special offer, the token BS, but Andrew Whitworth got the secure protector for 0 potentially with the lighted up X factor, but even getting it for 1 AP was still incredible value, and he was a beastly budget card basically all year long. And this was the counter to like Warren Sapp and George Karlaftis, even though secure pro can sometimes still get ran through, but this was our best chance, and this became the new standard. We need 0 AP secure pro everywhere. And then shortly after that, we got Bo Jackson. So whether you want to say the running back, whether you want to say the quarterback, the outside linebacker, the tight end, there's so many Bo Jacksons. I'm gonna have them all in one. So we'll go over the OP ones first. The run outside linebacker was a good user. Did he shape the game? I would say no. The running back, the quarterback, and the tight end definitely did though. So we'll go over running back first, which is probably the best one. They're all pretty similar from a stat standpoint, like physical stats wise, like 98 speed, 99 acceleration. The biggest thing on the running back though is the fact that he got angry runs for 1 AP. This was crazy after 9 plays on the entire game. But this in a regular head-to-head game when we didn't have a lot of secure tacklers, crazy. Also worked on the catch as well. And also though, he got evasive for 0, jukebox evasive, best ability in the game, stuns out entire defenses. Bo Jackson, just insane, man. The running back was crazy. The quarterback was also pretty crazy as well. This was like a rollout offense quarterback. You could get out relatively easily. So good for so long. Had the best release in the game with traditional 4. A lot of people run Gunslinger, Set Feet Lead, Roaming Deadeye, Gift Wrapped in total for 5 AP, would just surround him by 0 AP apprentice receivers. And he could also get that Truz X Factor as well, that again, after 9 plays is going to be on the entire time. And this card was a meta quarterback for so long, definitely shaped the meta of, okay, we're going to roll out with Bo Jackson. Maybe the one that shaped it the most was the tight end Bo Jackson, which might be crazy to say, I don't know, but 98 speed, 97 acceleration. He also got the quick juke. He wasn't a great blocker besides pass blocking, but the big thing on him was the fact that he did get the Vanguard that was on the entire time after 9 plays. I believe this was the first Vanguard we saw, and this again just contributed to a terrible meta, running the ball every single play with Vanguards everywhere. This was the start of it. So yeah, Bo Jackson definitely probably had the most impact on the game. And now our first look at it like a counter for these X factors was William Perry the Fridge. This card, 88 speed, 98 acceleration, the pass rush, block shit, impact blocking was all great. Straight wise, didn't have the spin move on yes, but had everything else besides strip ball on yes, which you'd like to see. But the biggest thing on William Perry, the entire reason why you would run him is the momentum shift. 4 AP on him, but this was the first of its kind in the game. This would wipe the opposing X factors. Now, people quickly began to know how to like rat this out though, and head-to-head just became like a cesspool because what they would do is, oh, we're gonna sub out Bo Jackson for a play. It became super nasty what people would do. This was the counter for X factors when you played like normal human beings, but like the people that really wanted their X factors could still make it work. Also did get like interior threat, lurker, secure tackler for 0. No inside stuff, but the lurker, secure tackler is what I rate on him. And I still think it was a great card even without momentum shift, but this was the first of its kind, so I feel like I need to include him on the list. And then after that, we got kind of like a slightly different meta, and I think the best representation of this is Cam Chancellor. Again, a card that was just so expensive that like the average player probably had no chance of running this meta either, but Cam Chancellor was a beastly card. He was kind of unpullable as well. So again, like talking about like shape in Madden 24, right? Like these cards that were only pullable in special offers. I feel like he's a great representation of that given how expensive he was. Now the card is beastly from a stat standpoint, but the main thing people would run on him, and kind of like a slight meta that was there for like, I feel like a couple weeks. People still ran it for a while, but he got the pre-equipped Avalanche for 0 AP. And he could also get, say, Enforcer Supreme for 0, which I think that is the best way to try to land Avalanche hit sticks. And you could go deep zone, mid zone, play him at like an outside corner, top safety. He could go to work for you, and he could potentially cause a lot of turnovers. And again, this was a card that average players just had no chance of getting, and there weren't really cheap alternatives to him either. And now after that, I'm going with fullback Trent Williams, the 97 overall. One of the most annoying cards in the game, one of the best cards in the game. The stats really just don't matter on the card. Like even the blocking stats, I guess he's a big body and has like 99 run block, lead block, impact blocking. But the biggest thing, the reason why this card was pure cheese, first player in the game to get Vanguard as a base ability, meaning the momentum shift we just covered with Perry didn't counter it, right? Did not counter it. And this was just one of the most annoying cards to go up against. I thought about maybe having like Ronnie Lott, Mark Bavaro. They got reinforcement on the list that sometimes counters Vanguard. But at our top spot right here, I feel like I gotta have Brady, because this card was just ridiculous. When he dropped as well, no quarterback was near him from an ability standpoint. They even gave him 91 speed, like perfect accuracies, traditional 4 best release in the game. And he got basically every ability for 0 and Omaha for 1. Like you could do so many different ability combos. Like you came pre-equipped with Fearless. I would run Master Tactician, Set Feet Lead, Gunslinger, Pocket Deadeye, Gutsy Scrambler, so we didn't get pressure anywhere, Gift Wrap for 0. Like that stack right there being 1 AP is just utterly ridiculous. So yeah, boys, these are the 10 cards that I think really shaped Madden 24 Ultimate Team. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know if I missed anyone on this list. If I did, just again, comment it down below. We can talk about it. And yeah, boys, hope y'all did enjoy the video, man. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Madden 24 Ultimate Team content just like this. Now, I do usually stream every single day here on YouTube and Twitch, 2 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll be away for vacation though. But if you guys do want to go ahead and watch the live streams, make sure to hit that noti bell on YouTube. You'll be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or if you want to watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.